and then recognizing that the thing that pulls her out of it is seeing her friends and how they're helping other people. And it just feels so real to me, because I think all of us, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I can say all of us seeing these sort of attacks happening over and over and over consistently, like you do get to that place sometimes where you feel like, oh, this is a very broken world. And I'm
Hello, everybody. I would like to welcome everybody to the first ever global press conference of Raya and the Last Dragon. I'm Jeannie Mai, and I am so elated to be here. This is a magical experience. I've watched the film twice already just because I wanted to catch all of the details and just all of the mystere and the magic within all these cultures coming together in Southeast Asia. So I thank everybody for being here. The first thing I would like to do is, of course, introduce our amazing panel of talent that made this film possible. So let's kick this off, please, with we have Queen Nguyen, writer of our Raya and the Last Dragon. Hi, Qui.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Doing well. Excited to be here.
Oh my gosh, me too, friend. All right, we have Adele Lim, also our writer.
Hi.
Hi, Adele. It's good to see you again.
It's so good to be here.
Osnat Shurer is our producer.
Hi.
Hi, Osnat.
Hi.
We have Carlos Lopez Estrada, our director.
Hello.
Good to see you. Don Hall is our director here joining us.
Morning.
Hey, Don.
Hey.
Talia Tran is our voice of Little Noi.
Good morning.
Hi, Talia. Oh, I can't wait. I have so many questions for you. Isaac Wang is the voice of Boone.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, come through outfit. Benedict Wong is our voice of Tong. All right, Benedict, you came underdressed.
Yeah, I just went casual. That was it.
Well, chic. This is like an athleisure look, right?
Yeah, I've got my sweatpants on.
You look phenomenal. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Sandra Oh is the voice of Verana. Where are you at, Sandra?
Hi, good morning. Benedict just put us all to shame.
Stop it, please. I've got a horse in the back as well.
I can't wait.
Great.
I'll bring it in.
Yes. All right. And we also have Daniel Day Kim, my friend, as Chief Benja.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, all right, Daniel. How are you feeling today?
Pretty good. Benedict, I'm not only impressed by your wardrobe, but I love the fact that your bathroom tile is actually Raya-themed colors.
Thank you, guys. It took... I've got polyfiller in my hands from last night, but, I'm willing to go the extra mile.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And good to see you, Jeannie.
Good to see you too, Daniel. Okay, now it doesn't stop there because we've got Miss Gemma Chan in the house as the voice of Namari.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Gemma.
Hey.
Wonderful to be here. And Aquafina is the voice of Sisu.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yay!
Hi, Jeannie. I'm a big fan, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Same, sis. Don't even start. Same. We could go on.
Benny, you're killing it right now. And thank you, Daniel, for calling him out that he's in his bathroom. That's
Keeping it real,
Oh my gosh. And we have Kelly Marie Tran, of course, as the voice of Raya, our warrior.
Hey.
oh my gosh, it's so good to see everybody.
The gang is all here. So I have to say, this is such an exciting film, and especially during this time. It was heartwarming, it was emotional, and it was just so exhilarating to watch the women rise to the top, the tribes that collided and united and came together, the real life situation of what happens when you have feuds between different people, land, understandings, misunderstandings, and how you can still bring that together, all in the spirit of love. We have just a few minutes left, and I wanted to just ask this overall cast. It's hard to see such a beautiful celebratory film about our cultures and these communities without talking about the current times of what's happening, and I know a lot of you have been very vocal about what's happening out there with injustices in Asian American lives, elderly Asians that are being targeted. I get emotional talking about it because I love the beginning of the film when Chief Benja opens up his home in hopes that all of the different lands can come together and just break bread and just understand that we're all fighting for the same thing, but we're all protecting the same thing, and that we all cut from the same cloth of principles. And today, coming off of 2020 with BLM and understanding and empathizing so much of what that's like for that community, and now seeing that happen within our own communities, what do you feel when it comes to the timing of this film and what you hope audiences will take away from this, and maybe how can it influence what's happening today in our everyday lives? And this is for anybody here.
I'll start.
Oh, sorry.
Go.
No, go for it, Sandra. Please.
I mentioned this earlier. I was just extremely moved by the theme and the ending of the story, which ultimately everyone here who's seen the film is about trust, and how I myself am struggling with that. Art is here to pose questions, and to potentially suggest possibility. And I think even if we start with that question to see in oneself, who do I trust? How am I not trusting? Can I trust? Can I trust that other side? Can I trust that other side when it seems to be that proof positive that this is what has been done to me? But as the theme of the story, which is we cannot go on as a society, the world cannot continue, without this open-heartedness and the truth that I think Raya learns, is that you just, and also Namari I think learns, is that you just need to keep breaking your heart again. You have to be willing to have your heart broken again and again and again, just to keep it open. Because I think that we know, hate is not finished by hate. It is only won over by love, so we have to each individually, and then hopefully as a community, and then large community, societally move towards that way, because all of us are in the same boat. I mean, it's a beautiful opportunity, 2020, in all its destructiveness, in all its change. If one can see it as an opportunity, that somehow it has also broken all our hearts open. So what can we do with that?
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. You're right. This movie is about trust, and it's so crazy how many of the scenes that we saw in the moments of, is this an opportunity to trust? Can I trust you? In the film, with so many of the characters and the different groups, and it's exactly what's happening today. And I want to ask the directors and writers, when you came up with this film, I'm pretty sure this was far before the events that are happening now. So as you saw in real time, these attacks, and it was not just, a week of a trending, number of attacks, but then you see it start to compound, and it wasn't just the Bay Area, and now it's spreading across the US, and now different communities are feuding at each other, almost exactly like what you wrote coming to life. on top of what already exists with the racism that this country still holds. What did you guys think? Did you ever have a meeting or a call to say, wait, hold on, what's going on out here as we're writing this?
I don't know if we ever had a specific meeting, but it was certainly there were certainly moments during the making of the film where we were very aware of how this film, which it was meant to be timeless, was unbelievably timely. And, I think it emboldened us to continue forward because we felt like we had something to say. And if this film can just have, teach one person to be brave enough to trust somebody, then we feel like we've done what we set out to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we had any idea of what would become, how the world would become by the time this movie would come out, especially when it comes to like the injustices to the Asian American community right now. And I guess I'll just be frank, like, there's been some time where in the last 365 days where there's been a lot of negative imagery and words said about Asians. And so it's hard not to appreciate that this movie's coming out and kind of giving a counterpoint and just telling a positive story that gives a positive spin to, or not just a positive spin, but just celebrating Asian American skin, Asian American lives, Asian American people. Because I think that if you only see, and I think this is with any a group that's underrepresented, if you only see stories where you're seen as the bad guy or a thug or what have you, it starts to paint a very negative picture of you for those who don't ever get to know you, who never get to be in the room with you. And so I think step one is representation and really being out there, not just both behind the camera, the stories we tell, and then just being out there so we realize, so we can acknowledge that this world is all of us, not just any one of us. Because without that, I don't know how we get better. So I'm appreciative and grateful that this movie's coming out when it is.
Can I just add something to that also? I think we can't undervalue the power of the fact that this is a Disney movie, and the people that will be watching this movie by and large are families. Parents with their children, seeing this kind of representation and understanding what is possible. And Sandra so rightly pointed out that people like Isaac and Talia they have the space to perform in these kinds of projects for maybe the first time in history to this degree. But at the same time, I'm also thinking about all the children who will be seeing Raya for the first time and seeing an Asian strong female who kicks ass and becomes a queen. She's on the path to becoming a ruler, and she's being groomed by her father to do that in a loving relationship. All of these things are such a positive portrayal, and as Kui was saying, it's exposure that brings understanding, and that understanding is what changes perception. What this movie does on the scale of those things cannot be underestimated.
Yeah, I would just say that the most powerful thing that I think film can accomplish is it can give someone an opportunity to experience life through someone else's eyes, someone who give you a perspective that you wouldn't have. And Raya does that in a way that it's very optimistic, very hopeful. And through it, we got to learn about cultures that were not our own, people that were not our own, problems that were not our own. And it really brought us together in a beautiful way. And I think that if we're able to bring a little bit of that light and a little bit of that empathy to people, I think we're just feeling so proud of this movie, this group of people that we're working with, the time when it's coming out. We feel like we're adding something really valuable to a really important conversation. And if you don't mind, Benny, me calling you out, you said something to us a second ago before joining the conference about your child, and when you watched the movie together, I think really warmed our heart. If you wouldn't mind that sharing when you watched the movie with him a little bit ago.
Yeah, it was the first time we'd actually sat and watched the film entirely, all the way through, and obviously the themes about being trusted. He turned around and gave me a big hug and said, "I trust you, Daddy." You mean, again, as we've said in the room, this is it. We need this to unite, and as Gemma rightly said, it's about kids when they look at each other and the innocence is there. They see through color, and things need to be unlearned. And as Queer said, I think especially in America and ripples all over the world, we are living through the sort of remnants of this kind of hate that has kind of permeated through the world. And it's, again, very timely with a beautiful film showing us that can really lead the way.
I just wanted to add one last thing to circle back to what Sandra brought up, which is very important to emphasize, which is Kumandra is an entirely fantastical fictional land, but it was very important to the filmmakers that the troubles that land faces and the journey that Raya goes on, the struggles she faces, are rooted very much in the real world, the problems that we're facing in terms of division. But it was particularly important that the way Raya goes about trying to solve this is also reflected in reality. It is not an easy thing. It is not just an easy byword that we're just going to say the word trust and magically hope it comes together. That it is something you keep doing, even though you lose everything that's important to you, even though you're betrayed, even though your heart is broken. That we have to keep reaching out, because it is the only way we are going to be able to move forward in this world together. And particularly, with everything that's been happening in this last year, the violence towards Asian Americans, seeing each other as the other. Words have power, and words have the power to, paint people in a different light. They have the power to bring us together. So hopefully, this movie is our word, and our message to the world of, let's pull together.
Yeah, Adele, something you said really resonated with me, and the idea that you wanted to address these issues in a way that felt real. There's a moment for me specifically with Raya when she just towards the end of the movie gets to feel justifiably and absolutely unapologetically angry. And for me, seeing a young woman in a movie like this just get to feel that righteous anger, and then recognizing that the thing that pulls her out of it is seeing her friends and how they're helping other people. And it just feels so real to me, because I think all of us, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I can say all of us seeing these sort of attacks happening over and over and over consistently, like you do get to that place sometimes where you feel like, oh, this is a very broken world, and I'm feeling a lot of things right now. And recognizing, for me, gosh, that moment felt so grounded in reality, because like you said, Adele, you can't just say like trust, unity, like yay, it's gonna be fine. Acknowledging that there's a lot of pain that happens there, and recognizing that, like you said, the only way to really get through it is to look for the bits of hope in your community. And I see so much hope on this call with all of these people that I look up to so much, Sandra and Aquafina and Gemma, and I'm listing everybody, but I think everyone on this call is doing impossible things in a world that told us we couldn't. So to be part of that, to be making a movie with all of you guys about that same thing, with these characters who are also trying to fight for a world that feels impossible and hopeless sometimes, what a cause. I'm really grateful for this.
And that's so beautifully put, Kelly. I wanted to add one thing, which is that, you talking about, everything that's going on at the moment, and it is easy to feel overwhelmed with hopelessness and anger. But, as it has been said, where I get my hope from is that if you look for the helpers, and there are helpers, there are people that have been doing, and I just want to shout out all the grassroots organizations and individuals that have been doing the hard work on the ground for a long time, and maybe not getting, the airtime or the attention that they should. And this is now, it feels like there is this moment to really spotlight their work, because they're already doing that. They're already building these kind of cross-community alliances that we need. And I just, I feel so grateful that they are there doing the hard work on the ground. And we've all got our part to play. So us as storytellers, we put out our film, which I hope has a message that resonates. And then we also have, amazing people within our communities who are doing that work day to day. So I just want to shout them out. Yeah,
you're so right about that, Gemma. And not only everybody here that took part in this film to tell the story, but every person here that was waiting in queue with our press. We wouldn't be able to get this story out to everybody if it weren't for you patiently waiting and making sure to share the story. One thing that has been said over and over in the past few weeks is that Asian American violence doesn't make mainstream news. But what I can count on here is everybody here will make sure to get this message of watching this film to every community out there, and to understand that this film is a necessary message in these times, and you guys have the power to spread that message for us. So thank you for using this film as a way for all of us to break bread and to make sure all the communities understand that we do trust and love one another. I just want to thank everybody so much for taking the time to be here today, and to let you know that Raya and the Last Dragon is in theaters and on Disney Plus with premiere access March 5th. Make sure everybody's out there watching it, and do stay safe. I do appreciate being here with you guys. This is an honor for me. So thank you so much.
Bye, Jeannie.
Bye, guys. See you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. So great to see you. Bye.
Yeah.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.